Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Come in, come and join me. Come and sit down. Let's have a chat. Grab a water. Yeah, grab one of these. Actually, this what I'm about to do now, this sounds like I've got to deal with them that I haven't and probably wouldn't recommend, to be honest. It's like an energy shot. Sometimes I have it before a workout, because I'm such a beast that I need all this energy, but I'm not gonna have that one anymore because I don't I was using one beforehand that was better. So next time when I've got the next batch of that in, I'll show you that. But other than putting down this poor energy brand that didn't give me enough energy, maybe just because I'm getting on a little bit now, I don't know. We are here to talk about the breaking news that Hamzah Sheeraz looks like he's got a very dangerous next challenger. The mandatory challenger is now Janibek Alimkhanuly, the former unified world middleweight champion, undefeated. He's gone up to super middleweight after a suspension, a drug-related suspension. He's now up at super middleweight. He was stripped of his IBF title. He vacated his WBO world title, which led to Denzel Bentley being upgraded from interim champion to full champion at middleweight. He's now up at super middleweight. It came down to a kind of contest between him and Jacob Bank as to who would become the mandatory. Not a physical contest, a contest that got played out between the teams petitioning, lobbying for their guy, and the team lobbying for Janibek Alimkhanuly, who in this case was top rank. They lobbied harder. Well, they just got it done. I don't know if they lobbied harder. They just presented facts about him being an unbeaten former world champion who's now available and not suspended. So why isn't he the mandatory? Especially how he didn't lose his belt in the ring. So all of that sort of stuff has happened, and it's locked in. Well, I say it's locked in. They've got 20 days to figure this out between them, Team Sheeraz and Team Alimkhanuly. Now, if that 20 days expires without them agreeing on an extension or being granted an extension, that means it will go to purse bids, this fight between Sheeraz and Alimkhanuly for the WBO World Super Middleweight title. Few things here then. I mean, I'm expecting to see a lot of outrage. I'm expecting to see that. Obviously, Janibek has gone through his drugs ban. He was found with drugs in his system. He was meant to be going into a fight with Erislandi Lara, which would be another unification fight, but was pulled from that fight because he failed a drugs test. So that was meant to be in December. He hasn't boxed since. Let me just bring up the actual facts so I don't get this wrong. We've got going through my box rec. It's got Nelson Hooser's box rec up. Check out the video I made on him, by the way. I mean, he's coming, King Hooser on his way. But yeah, so he hasn't boxed since April 2025. So it will come up to around 18 months out, even longer than that, as to when the fight actually gets made. But yeah, what I'm saying is I'm expecting to see outrage. One thing I will say is that I don't want to see any outrage from the same people who are being like, "Oh, Conor Benn against Ryan Garcia. That's a brilliant fight. Can't wait for that. It's a huge." I don't want to see the same people who are going to be hyping up that fight, then have a go at Janibek, because Janibek, it's the same sort of thing. He's been made mandatory after a drugs controversy. Okay, and essentially, the WBO findings are saying that he's done his time. Remember, the IBF stripped him. So, if there's going to be outrage out there, it's going to be selective outrage, which I hate to see. And I think we're probably all guilty of it. Hands up. I do think we all are probably guilty of this. Like, we will talk about certain fighters who may be our favourite fighters ever, or have been our favourite fighters of this era, but there's been a cloud here and there, and we might just look the other way. But if it's a fighter that we don't like, or if it's like a non-British fighter in particular, or a non-American fighter if we're American, or a non-Mexican fighter if we're Mexican, we might just bring down the hammer. Oh, can't believe it. Can't believe he's done this. Janibek, it's a disgrace that he's in the ring. An absolute disgrace. Why should Sheeraz have to fight? I'm expecting all of this stuff. or I'm just tired. I'm just tired of it, to be honest. Like stripped of his IBF, relinquished his WBO. He's now the mandatory for Sheeraz. It is what it is. And people are gonna get clicks, and they're gonna get a lot of mileage out of faux outrage. I would just advise anyone looking at that to then look at their stance at other fighters and those fighters' positions in upcoming world title fights and those fighters being mandated for upcoming title fights. Just look at that and compare the scenarios, compare the energy, because if you've got a problem with one and you haven't got a problem with the other, you haven't got a problem. That's kind of my take on it. Um, but yeah, like, I don't want this to turn into a whole thing about drugs. The contradictions are everywhere in boxing. Onto the fight itself. Tough fight. Tough fight for Hamzah Sheeraz. They know each other. They do know each other. When Hamzah Sheeraz first went to Ricky Funes' gym in LA, Janibek was also training in LA. They sparred countless rounds together. I've seen pictures of them together. I've spoken to Hamzah Sheeraz about it as well. Like, he spoke about how, what great spars they were. This is, a proper world champion in Janibek Alimkhanuly, proper guy. And Hamzah Sheeraz was getting valuable rounds out of it. I'm sure Janibek was getting valuable rounds out of Hamzah as well. Since then, Hamzah's come on now. Like, I'm pretty sure when they were sparring, it's around the kind of time that Hamzah was beating Liam Williams. So 2024-ish, I think, early 2024, Feb 2024, if my memory serves me correct. So he would have sparred Janibek in the months kind of preceding that. We're talking late 2023 or midway through 2023. He's a different fighter now. He's a world champion. I don't want to read too much into his last performance. I don't think it was his best performance, but he might just be a bit knackered. And I think we can let him have that one. That's kind of how I feel. Okay, we'll let you have that one, Hamzah. You've given us so much already. We've seen what you're capable of, and yeah, you're allowed to have a bad day at the office. What's interesting is they did a face-off with Hamzah and Jacob Bank after Hamzah's last fight. They did like a face-off in the ring. So I think the general thought was, let's try and force this fight because this is the one that we want. I think they're both gold star fighters as well, and it's certainly an easier fight for Hamzah than Janibek Alimkhanuly is, but that kind of almost forcing it has proved unsuccessful, and it is going to be Janibek. And I wonder if Hamzah will actually be the underdog in this fight, because Janibek he is very good. He's probably everything that you don't really want to be fighting against if you are a world champion on the rise. Like, Hamzah Sheeraz's profile is growing, his star power is growing. He's a bit of a golden boy, and he's kind of going like this. Now, when you're going like this, you don't really want to be seeing someone there who's an unbeaten, former unified world champion, decorated amateur, Kazakh southpaw. That's not really what you want to be seeing on that path. You want to be seeing guys almost kind of like marketable guys with half padded records or maybe faded champions. They're the guys that you want to be seeing on your eyes. So suddenly this guy standing there, proper challenge. Hamzah might be the underdog in the fight. Doesn't mean he can't win the fight. He may well win the fight. On his day, Hamzah Sheeraz can be an absolute beast. We saw that against Edgar Berlanga. I'm just saying, this is a proper one. This is a winner. He's taking on a winner here in Janibek Alimkhanuly. And I don't think that I've seen much kind of beef between them. I saw an interview a couple of years back when they were both at middleweight, where Janibek kind of alluded to maybe Hamzah avoiding him and going a different route. I remember seeing something like that. So I do wonder what the build-up will be like. And that is if there will be a fight. I feel like there has to be. I don't think you can just become a world champion in Hamzah and then, unless they find him another route, I just think it would be, if he's to vacate the title, he needs to have a bigger fight. There is a route where he could vacate the title and wait for Canelo. There is a route for that, I think. But I've also, at the same time, I've heard Canelo talk about things like all these guys, they need to fight each other and I'll fight the winner. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to watch all of this kind of thing transpire. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It's good to see some movement in the super middleweight division. It's a great division, and Hamzah is a real star boy in the division right now. He could take that division over. Now he's got a real one standing in front of him. He's going to need to be better than ever to get Janibek out of the way, but I think he can. So yeah, watch this space. Just a quick one today. Sorry, a bit of daylight as well. I left the blind open, and I just wanted to get it done. Got my box raw. Come on, they should send me stuff. I think. Look, an athlete like me, they should be sending me stuff. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one.